What's small and blue and is adored by like 5 people? That's right, it's the Generation 3 water starter, also known as Mudkip. With a lack of new things, and me being too lazy to do the other things I said I would, I figured now would be a great time to replay Pokémon Sword. The added bonus this time around is that both expansions have been released, allowing myself an array of unfortunate creatures to concuss repeatedly in dogfight fashion, for the claim of being the best like no one ever was. So, can you beat Pokémon Sword with only an insert Pokémon name here? Oh my god, yes! Literally, almost every single Pokémon can solo entire region when being the combatant. The only true instances of good content for this gimmick is when your HM Mule and Pokemon of choosing are one and the same. So, let's beat the horse some more and solo the Galar region with my least favorite Gen 3 starter, Mudkip. I would be using my least favorite Gen 4 Fire Monkey, but he has had some major withdrawals due to both me and the Pokemon Company cutting him off. So we start our journey off with a deficit by taking on the name of Hop. Originally intended to be a funny joke on the terms of how Hop is a bad trainer, we will soon see that we were cursed from the very beginning. Here we sit comfortably on our couch, watching Leon enjoy his last few days as champion, because unknowns to him, there's a storm a-brewing. Our neighbor Hop arrives, and together we go to get our starter Pokemon from Leon. This self-proclaimed unbeaten trainer will soon be trounced by an actual unbeaten trainer, and his stupidly drugged up or overpowered Mudkip, whichever is cheaper. After enough opening cutscenes, we are introduced to the all-new starters for this region. The Grass type, Little Body Big Head, and the rest don't matter. So we choose Grookey and god damn it, we lost already. Roll credits. Okay, so since I'm not a hacker man, here's how this is gonna go. I'm going to transfer Mudkip in from Pokemon Home at the earliest point possible. So we go with Grookey and proceed to pick up a twig off the ground and bash Hop's dreams in with it. Soon after, we go looking for a lost Wooloo because the story needs to happen. We find ourselves face to face with some big ass wolf who totally yoinks off a few of those suckers during the night. Anyways, Grookey is so scared of the rabid creature that he goes into traumatic shock, and seeing as my Pokemon's now broken, I'm going to go exchange it for a new one. We go to see Leon, but the cheapskate only brought the 3, so we go to visit the only other person in town to steal her Yamper. Surprisingly, she said yes, and told us that all we had to do to get Yamper was to take out some trash for her. So we accepted, and before we knew it, she had pushed off a Mudkip on us. Now, here comes the sad part in our adventure. After getting our first Pokemon, and developing a seemingly everlasting bond of love and friendship with it, we pulled an Ash Ketchum and dumped Grookey on the side of the road, never to be seen again. Now with Mudkip at our side, it was time for our Pokemon journey to begin, right after we go finish the tutorial. But first, we have to steamroll little Billy of the Hill in his ragtag game. And just like you'd expect from the outcome of a human versus a computer player as the first trainer on the first route in a stupid kids game, we get bodied. Twice. Apparently, a Mudkip can't kill a squirrel. I mean, I know it's bad, but like... So after a few more battles, a few more losses, we make our way to the professor's cottage. It's here that we once again beat up Hop and his almost worthless team. Remember, we have a Mudkip. Just a side note, why does Mudkip learn Rock Smash and Rock Throw by level 9? Oh well, can't wait to replace those later. Long story short, we get the gimmick of this region, and Leon was there, and now we can play Pokemon. We depart to a world of adventure on a train, and we view a wonderful shot of the Hops enjoying the ride. But I do feel bad that we'll only ever be able to see this animation just the one time. We landed in the wild area, and explanation later, we beeline straight to the big city. Upon our arrival, we sign up for the gym trials. Time moves fast in the Galar region, and after only a few hours in broad daylight, it's suddenly nighttime, so we have to go check into a hotel. Luckily, we find some cannon fodder in the medium of Team Yell and the Imposter Hop. Seeing as this is a beat Pokemon Sword with only Mudkip run, I hold true to my word and take out Hop's entire team before I fight the other opposing Pokemon. Sonia also makes an appearance to both be shocked seeing that we decided to keep Mudkip and provide some lore on the hero of the region. One cutscene later, and now we can start our journey. But before that, Hop comes up to us and says, "Please sir, can I have another?" We snap some necks and I advance to the next route, hoping Mudkip doesn't know the move follow me. We enter the mines and go to the exit of the mines, only to be opposed by a face even a mother could curb stomp. Speaking of the punchability of Bede's face, guess what happens to us? We go in a little damaged and get stats dropped. Endeavor, hit by high damaging moves. And after a few attempts and making the lady outside think we might be doing this on purpose, we buff up enough to take Bede down. So we exit the mines and end up a walk away from the city. On our way in, we meet the gym leader, Milo, who can snap me like a twig, and whose Pokemon will do such to Mudkip. We rush straight into the gym challenge, confident with our win off of Bede, and after rolling some Pokemon cheap around, we have our first fight. Knowing that we'll be going against the grass types, who have a huge advantage over Mudkip, we know that strategy is of the utmost importance, and that each move needs to hit. Okay, so, it's here that we realize that Mudkip hates me as much as I hate Mudkip. So much so that he will refuse to fight, and take damage himself, only to see me become enraged. But you know, I could call this one defective and go breed myself a new Mudkip. I mean, what stopped me before? But if I do that, then I lose this stupid thing. And you know what? I'm not just gonna play his game. I'm gonna win. So after brute forcing our way through, and several resets due to Mudkip being a Mudkip, we make our way to Big Man Milo. In our first attempt, we get rocked. In attempts 2 through 10, Milo only has to attack us twice and we die. With limited supplies in terms of potions, we weren't going to go very far. So it's at this point that I decide we need to grind. So I take my Mudkip, who will not listen to me, to the wilderness to fight a 5-minute long fight without animations on, to get nothing in terms of EXP. It's here I wonder if this is worth doing at all. And here's what I came up with. I need to kill Pokemon, but I can't do it reliably. So what if I had other people kill Pokemon for me? So I traded Mudkip back to my other game and, just kidding, I went and used this region's stupid easy gimmick of leveling. I go do some raid bosses, and fun fact, Pokemon doesn't want you to be a hassle on other trainers when you're in a raid battle, so that disobedient Mudkip I brought with me actually listened and behaved well in front of others. So I got some rock candy and beefed up my Mudkip a little. After coming back to challenge Milo once again, I learned some things. Disobedient Pokemon can fall asleep on you, and they won't listen to you for a range of different things. Glad to know that little details like this were what Game Freak was referring to when they said that they were working hard on new animations. Another thing is that there's an item called Energy Powder, and it heals Pokemon. And when you use it in battle, it literally says, Mudkip took a dose of Energy Powder. Do with that information as you'd like. After multiple attempts of taking hits, healing, and trying to Dynamax at different times, we still lost. It was at this point I thought, if Mudkip isn't going to listen to me because he thinks he's some hot shit, might as well give him a reason. So, we go grind up some more raid battles, and after reaching the appropriate level of 33 for the first gym, we managed to scrape by Milo and his Flowers of Death. Moving on to the next town, we mug some Team Yell Grunts and a doctor and get ourselves a bike. We skip all the trainers that we can because I want to deal with a disobedient Mudkip as little as possible. We meet Rose in an outfit his mom clearly did not check over and agree to have him buy us lunch. We then go to the gym and uh-oh, gym leader's not here, wonder where they're at. A lighthouse, you say? That never happens. So we go get Nessa back to the gym and her team can't do crap to Mudkip, whether it's because they're all water type or that her highest level Pokemon is 10 levels under mine. We beat her first try and claim the water badge, and then shake her hand for the appropriate amount of time. We go to pull Kaboo out of the mines, but Bede stops us wanting to lose again, and we have to oblige him. But good news, Mudkip started listening, which means the run is over. I doubt we will get to a point again where we will need to overlevel Mudkip past the listening level, so it's going to be a steamroll from here on out. Hopefully. After putting Bede to shame, we team up once more with Hop to fight Team Yell, something apparently we can only do with him. This time I let Hop live, so he can get a taste of victory for once in his life. We beat Team Yell and tell Kaboo to go do his job. 2 hours have passed, so we go back to the hotel to rest for the night. Here we meet a girl named Marnie, another rival, and the obsession of Team Yell. I don't know their ages, but hopefully they don't search internet history in the Galar region. After beating Marnie, she gives us probably the most useful items in the entire game, 2 burn heals. We go to face Kaboo, and after drowning his petting zoo, we go to do the same to his team. Unfortunately, Kaboo is a schmuck. He'll have an Arcanine who has a flinching move and moves first and will only use that move, and 99.99% of the time, it'll flinch me. Also, he burnt me, so not only was I unable to attack, I was constantly in a heal cycle as well. I use one of Marnie's burn heals, and eventually I'm able to get out of that dumb thing. Hope everyone in the stands got their money's worth. Then, Kaboo sends out his ace in the hole, and we kill it. I think at some point Hop wanted a battle, but you can tell by my recollection and timing of this event what importance it had overall. Upon leaving to go to the next gym, we are stopped by Milo, Nessa, and Kaboo, who wish us well and we depart. Then Beat shows up and offers to cripple Hop's mental stability, so I give him the okay. I move on to Hammerlock. We find Sonia in some museum as she delivers some exposition about the story of this game. I don't remember what she said exactly, I must have been distracted. After learning that the setup is the same as the first gym set, I move out from the city going left to take on the next gym leader. After dealing with Team Yell again, I push through the route. My Mudkip gets gimped out by the painter and we have to fight him again. Lame. We make it to the fighting gym and spin ourselves nauseous, then fight Bea and her dead team of fighting. Oh, it's already over. Seriously, Mudkip learned Surf at level 30, and I had that at the first gym. It's been a fairly easy cakewalk. After exiting, I meet up with Sonia and find Bede out in public exposing himself as a person who destroys history. Luckily, Rose just happens to be here and dropkicks Bede out of the tournament, and we never see him again. We made our way through the Fairy Forest, and after a few attempts at Opal, due to not having any super effective moves, we beat up an elderly lady, mentally and physically, and move on to the next gym. Back to the adventure at hand, we fight Hop again, and we get bodied! He leads with a Trevenant, who will confuse us or take away our health with Leechhorn, in turn healing itself. So after many failed attempts, we go grinding via max raid battles, also looking for Ice Beam, which we never get. After frustrating resets due to confusion, dropped stats, and status conditions, we beat Hop and make our way to Gordy. An overleveled Mudkip meets Rock-type and they're all dead. We then have to go fight Hop in the bath. And after many resets due to his higher level Pokemon and stupid electric pointy fish, we get the right run and continue on our way to Spikemouth. We arrive at Spikemouth to find the garage door closed, just like the not bad guys in the last gen. Speaking of last gen, have you seen Hop talking? What great expressive animations. Marnie flags us over and tells us to come in the back door. But we have to beat her pets in a fight first. So, we get whooped. Repeatedly. We get stat dropped, confused, hit by super effective moves, and poisoned. Repeatedly. The reason why we were getting so bodied lately was because any team we were not super effective against would have evolved Pokemon with better stats than us. I'm not over-leveling or using steroids, and we still have the same 4 moves that we've had since our fight with Milo. Because no easily accessible TMs in this region can be learned by Mudkip. Useless! So, after multiple resets and a quick Google search, we claimed an Eviolite, which increases our defense and special defense. When we come back, we do a few more runs and beat Marnie. We enter Spikemouth, ready to fight Piers and get stopped by the gym challenge. Because we can't do it with one Pokemon. Because they think we won't be able to. So, the run is dead. We would have to get another Pokemon that isn't Mudkip. So, I go to the PC to release Mudkip after our journey together, and oh god, they multiply! So, I take our second Mudkip in with us, and take on the gym challenge. We never use Mudkip number 2, and when we get to Piers, we can throw him back into the PC. We meet Piers, leader of Team Yell, and he goes,
"Do you like waffles? Yeah, we like waffles. Do you like pancakes? Yeah, we like pancakes. Do you like French toast? Yeah, we like French toast."
We start the fight and we are bopping, but we run low on health, and trying on a chance that could be easily avoidable, we die by Skunk. We come back, and after waiting things out and healing when needed, we take out Piers. That means we only have one gym leader left, Raihan, the self-proclaimed Dragon-type user. But before we can face him, we need to beat his pupils in 3 consecutive Pokemon battles with no heals. Just like the Elite Four, except not. It's here where I learned one important thing. I'm bad with items. During the run I would stock up on potions, but for some reason always preferred to get the ones just under the max. An example being, I'd get a potion that heals for 60 HP when I had the ability to buy the one that heals for 120. Also, I wouldn't get any status healing items, which has screwed me over more than a few times. Luckily, I always pulled something out of my bag that would help me out. I was able to use the other burn heal Marty gave me back at the 3rd gym, and was able to avoid many resets. I also had to use my 2nd Mudkip once again, seeing as Raihan thinks double battles are fun. Eventually, we make it through by using the same strategy as all previous battles: heal and punish. Now, the battle against the final gym leader is here, and boy oh boy are we in for a rough healing set. Luckily, Raihan's an idiot who doesn't know what dragon types are, and picks Pokemon weak to water. It may be 1v2, seeing as Mudkip number 2 dies either by Raihan or myself because surf to win, baby! Then comes out his ace, a steely dragon tower thing. And the only thing we can do is punch it. A lot. So after some time of healing and punching, we put Duraludon down. We bid farewell to Mudkip number 2 and Bidoof him into the PC. With the gym leaders out of the way, it's high time we go to the Elite Four and claim the title for ourselves. Raihan suggests that we go train in the wild area, and by train I hope he means max raid battles for Candy, because that's what I did. Now it's time we head off to Wyandotte, and there's only one way to get there. We get to see a lovely animation of the Hops riding a train. What a lovely scene that truly brings these characters to life. I end up on the snowy Victory Path. This leads straight into a town, lush with greenery and people dressed like it's summer. Seriously, that icy walk has no business belonging there, geographically speaking. So we make our way to the stadium and claim victory over everyone using our Mudkip. We are up against Marnie and her Dark Team. This time we have access to Dynamax, so every issue with that last battle can be curb stomped out real quick. It may also help that we are now 40 levels above her, but I digress. We beat Marnie and, by assimilation, Team Yell. After Marnie comes the despicable Hop and his worthless Pokemon. Wait, wrong Hop. There we go! So it's Hop v Hop in the Challengers Final, and all I can say is press A to win, because similar to Marnie, Dynamax solves everything. After the rain clears, it's revealed that Hop sucks, and that Hop won the battle. Seeing Leon doesn't know the difference, he tells both Hops that he'll take us out to dinner to congratulate Hop. Cheeky bastard. We go back to the hotel to freshen up, and wait for Leon, only to wait hours on end because the champ didn't tell us about his playdate with Chairman Rose. I go looking for Leon along with Piers, Marnie, and the help, only to be met by Olina, who is there to make sure we don't interfere with Rose and Leon's very secure meeting, taking place in a very secure building that we don't have access to because it's very secure. Only for her to leave a pass to bypass everything she just said in the care of one of her underlings who only carries 2 Pokemon. She tells him to go hide in town square, which is filled to the brim with 7 other people, the majority of who all look like him. After finding him, we get cheered on by Marnie for some reason, and her voice has the power to buff Pokemon? Sounds like something she definitely should have used during our match. We beat the attendant, but he gets away by moving 10 feet. So we chase him down a few more times, rinse repeat, and eventually we corner him into a train station. Unfortunately, he meets up with his other twins, and stuck with this tricky situation, Piers goes for a walk. Luckily, the quickly forming zombie horde makes their ways to Piers, trampling the Microcosmos workers in their wake. We strip the key item off their lifeless corpse so fast we made Zelda jealous. We arrive at Rose Tower, a building so tall it reaches to the sky. It's a good thing that there is an energy crisis, because to power something small like a simple elevator for a building that large could be extremely costly and potentially wasteful if it were to make unnecessary stops. We enter the building and make our way to the top, only being stopped a few times by the help. Upon getting to the top, the assistant Olina meets us and challenges us to a Pokemon battle. And fun fact, she is one of the only trainers with high-level Pokemon that doesn't specialize in a certain type. She also has a giant pile of trash as her ace Pokemon, something we have in common. Back to the battle at hand, we get whipped. We get poisoned and drop kicked to death. Once again, we have put ourselves in a situation where we are not prepared. I have no good potions and no full heals to take care of both poisoning and burns she would put on me. If I lose here, I have to walk all the way back, and that's something I didn't want to do. So after multiple resets, I looked through my bag and found one Lumberry. A berry that can be used like a potion and cure any status. I really lucked out for this battle. With a Lumberry on hand, I was able to make my way through Olina. And then I watched a PowerPoint of Rose and Leon. Leon agrees to finally take us out to eat, and I agree to stock up on potions and full heals. Before we know, it's time to take on the Elite Four, and what? They don't exist in this game? Okay, then it's time to take on the best of the best. What? Beats here? And Leon's making us fight him? Fine, but I'm doing it for me. We crush Bede's hopes and dreams easily, and he quits Pokemon. We then move on to Nessa, whose fight is similar to the first bout. Her water types can't do much against my Mudkip, and we beat her without using a potion, the first time in a long time. After Nessa comes Bea, the fighting type user. We shame her for not having a Kubfu and proceed to fight our way through, being able to Dynamax when she does and take out her Lava Vein Machamp. Finally, we face Raihan, and he says he's moved his double battle team to a single battle team. What he means by that is that he still doesn't use only dragon types and changes the weather condition every turn. We make our way to Duraludon and punch it till it dies! And now, it's time to hit Leon where it hurts. Right in his Pokeball. Oh hey, Rose is on the TV. Oh hey, Rose started Armageddon. That's neat. Looks like Leon used this as an excuse to run away. What a bitch. So, I go do a quick detour and pick up some tetanus and a magnificent animation only Pokemon can provide us with. Then I go fight Rose in his basement. We die to his team a few times, and eventually he says screw it and lets us go watch Leon catch a Pokemon, just like we were forced to in the beginning of the game. We get to the top and see some toothpicks glued together murder Leon. And technically, since he has to forfeit our match by means of death, I am the new Galar champion. I have my dog eat the homework project, and that's the end of the game. During my sleep that night, I had a dream about how my match with Leon would have gone, and it sucked. So glad I didn't have to actually fight him. The reasons behind this particular struggle were a few things. He has 2 dragon types who can drop stats, the name of the game Pokemon, some dumb frog that poisons, and an overpowered effing lizard. I forgot to buy max potions, I never found Ice Beam, so my moveset has been the same freaking move since the first gym. After many resets due to Aegislash and Dragapult dropping my stats to low, to Haxorus never submitting to confusion, and at one point getting caught in a heal loop to where Seismitoad literally ran out of PP for Earthquake and started to spam Toxic, to one run where I nuked the Fire Rabbit thinking I could tank Charizard's Grass Dynamax move at 84% health, only to forget about my stat drops and throw the match. After multiple other tries, I eventually get back to the rabbit, heal to full health, take some unnecessary drugs like Chimchar did before us, and drop some rocks on his stupid lizard to win the day. Mudkip lets out his victory roar, and that's the end of the game. So, when it's all said and done, one Mudkip can fight the entire Galar region and come out victorious. I'd give you this trainer ID, but I goofed and bought the game digitally, so I'ma just slide my original trainer ID in if you'd care for it. If you'd like the chance to get this Mudkip for yourself, you're gonna have to go do the challenge, because I already released mine.